This is a cute little thread. I really like this. Okay, so let's take a look at this thread about parasocialism and how to set boundaries, because I know a lot of us could use that. So this is a thread made by Endearest, and they go by the handle Endy, and they write, "Are you a streamer that has parasocial viewers or struggles to set boundaries? I did an educational stream on it yesterday, but here are the slides for a concise summary. Feel free to send your parasocial viewers here. I know it's scary to say these things." And the graphic shows their model, and it says why your favorite streamer isn't your friend and most likely never will be. And I would gotta say, the graphics are really pretty. I really like these. 1. Self-explanatory. Let's get your definitions right. Parasocial. Adjective. Involving or relating to a connection between a person and someone they do not know personally. For example, a famous person or a character in a book. Not limited to celebrities or fictional characters. This applies to any relationship or connection with someone you don't know personally. I see a lot of people confuse these terms, so I want to make sure we all know the difference between all of these. Someone, a streamer, or literally anyone being friendly doesn't equal friendship. Sizzle.gg has an incredible offer for you. A free trial, and you can find a link for it in the description. And I wouldn't be able to upload one YouTube video a day without the help from sponsors. Sizzle.gg is a website that automatically generates amazing highlights from your Twitch, YouTube streams, and any type of video, whether for gaming or non-gaming purposes. No software required. Using its universal AI technology, Sizzle.gg will automatically select the best parts of your videos and streams, turning them into clips and compilations for any types of videos and all types of games. On Sizzle.gg, you can link your streaming account, upload videos to auto-generate highlights, edit and download them, create custom compilations, and even convert any video to portrait mode for TikTok and YouTube Shorts. This exclusive free trial is also a great opportunity to jump in, which means you have nothing to lose by giving it a try. But there's more. Sizzle.gg is hosting a free to enter giveaway. 2 winners who create a free Sizzle.gg account will win $25 via PayPal. All you need to do is click the link in the description, create a free account on Sizzle.gg, and link your Twitch or YouTube account. So don't wait. Create your free Sizzle.gg account and get your highlights today. Link in the description. And thank you so much, Sizzle.gg, for sponsoring this video. Oh, they post a definition of friend, friendship, and friendly. You know well. Friendly, behaving in a pleasant way, and friendship, to form a friendship, to get close and lasting relationships with somebody. And parasocialism, a lot of times, viewers or other people, when you are friendly or nice to them, they can mistake your kindness for something more. And that's when they get an idea in their head and they're like, oh my god, maybe Kat and I are besties. And we've never talked. So I've told you guys this many times, and I'll say it again. I am not your friend. I do not know you, right? It's obviously different if I met you IRL and we actually hang out and I reach out to you, then that's different. Then we have turned our parasocialism into a friendship. But for almost all of you guys, I've never met you. We are not friends, right? I am a streamer and a content creator on the internet. I like chatting with you guys, but it doesn't mean that we know each other personally, because you know me, but I do not know you. So Endy continues, friend and friendship have lost their meaning online, especially in the VTubing community, with all the looking for VTuber friends engagement bait going around. Just because you consider someone a friend doesn't mean that you are, nor can you get angry at them for it. The graphic reads, chronically online definition, friendship, the relation you have with the person you like where you're both friendly to each other. Actual definition, friendship, the relation that's built by hanging out one-on-one with a person you like, where you both put in continuous effort. Mutual friend, a person who is the friend of two people who may or may not know each other. But Endy, I'm able to be myself around you and I trust and care about you. Have you considered if I am able to be myself around you and if I trust and care for you? The answer is no. We've hung out before with other people many times. Then we are mutuals. I think the big thing too that a lot of people miss is the whole point of reciprocity. If the streamer doesn't go out of their way to reach out to you, to hang out with you one-on-one, they could be busy, and they also likely could also be not your friend. It's either one. Endy continues, adding on to this, you can only consider someone a friend if you know them personally. Watching a streamer, no matter for how long, does not equal knowing them as a person, and therefore you are not friends. And the graphic says just that. Being a good streamer means entertaining, likable, and most importantly, friendly. Being friendly to viewers is the norm, not the exception. Us being friendly to you is not us indicating that we want to be or are friends. Whenever a streamer shares something personal, it's not them personally confiding in you like a friend would. We are openly sharing this online, on stream, publicly with whomever happens to be watching. We are all different people in different environments. Real friendships are built in private on one-on-one environments. A stream is not a private one-on-one environment, even if the stream only has one viewer. But Endy, we've had conversations in DMs. DMs are not one-on-one hangouts. The closest to a one-on-one hangout online are voice calls, and it still isn't even on the same level. Absolutely. Nope, it doesn't count even if you're the only person in chat. It's also crazy when some people act like streamers can't have private romantic relationships that exclude them. This is, I think, a big problem with VTubers. And the biggest problem of this parasocialism is with VTubers. I'm not saying the VTubers instigate it. I think the VTuber community, the viewers of VTubers, are very parasocial. Obviously, streamers have parasocial viewers in general, but VTuber viewers on like a different breed of parasocial. Like, they get hella mad that if a VTuber has a relationship and they're like, what about me? Like, I thought we had something going. And it's like, we've only spoken in Twitch chat. When did you ever get the notion that we were romantic. Being a content creator puts me in a different category than just Twitch viewers who do not create content. But even I am very careful when it comes to creators online when I consider or will call them a friend. So I'm very careful about that. I will only call a content creator a friend, not just we follow each other, okay? It's more than that. We actively engage with each other. I'm constantly responding to them. I am actively engaging with them, and they are reciprocating at an equal or a greater amount. The biggest one is 3, we have met up in person. Like both of us actively decided we wanted to hang out, mutually actively made an effort to see each other. That is friendship, okay? It needs to be mutual, it needs to be reciprocal, and they need to match your energy. Otherwise, they're not your friend. I apply the same rules to myself with creators. Now, I do want to reassure you that toxic parasocialism is very common in smaller communities because how intimate these spaces are, and honestly, it's really hard to know where the line is sometimes, especially if you don't know any better or are new to watching streamers. When I was a small streamer, viewers would assume more out of our relationship than when I'm a big streamer because it's more intimate, right? There's only 5 viewers, so you're just gonna be one of the 5. 3 people aren't talking, So this page reads, small streamers, we remember people better. The viewer can have actual conversations with the streamers in chat. Any viewer-related event is more intimate. Versus big streamers refers to the viewers as a whole more instead of the individuals in chat. For example, chat, is this real? 2, can't read or have a conversation with viewers personally. Both communities still are centered around a person you do not know personally, even if one is more approachable than the other. I feel like also with big streamers, right, that follower count gets in your brain. You see that and you're like, oh, I'm one of like 62,000 people, right? That's how many people follow me on Twitch. Versus if it's a small streamer and they have 10 followers, you are one of 10. So it feels different. I know that as a small VTuber, you get so much more parasocialism, especially if you've been small for a while and viewers start getting comfortable. Personally, I think everyone should have a fan policy. Fan art policy and collab policy publicly displayed. Yep, I always emphasize to you guys, like I've said it multiple times, I am not your friend. You guys know aspects of my life. I don't know you guys. And that's just how it is, right? But I feel like when you're a small creator, it's hard to emphasize that. So ND writes, the streamer has a responsibility to make these boundaries clear. You cannot fault somebody who crossing a boundary that they didn't even know was there, or if you've been leading them on. I know it's scary, but it needs to be done or you'll burn out. That yes, you as a streamer also have a responsibility to curb parasocialism. This is maybe a little bit of a hot take, right? But you can't always be like, oh, woe is me, this person is like encroaching boundaries if you didn't set the boundaries to begin with. Obviously, we hope that everything is like a hee-hee-xd happy-go-lucky way where everybody is already going to be very respectful out the gate, understand? So you as a streamer do have a responsibility to set boundaries and make your boundaries known. After you've set your boundaries, if people continue to push it, then yes, that is completely on them for being weird. Graphic reads, the intimacy and appeal of small streamers part 2. The relationship between viewer and a streamer is a parasocial one, and it can be neutral or negative depending on how the streamer interacts with their community. Toxic parasocialism. Streamer reinforces the idea that viewers are friends or have any other special relationship and plays into it. Viewer assumes they are friends or have any other special relationship with the streamer and starts expecting to be treated like one. Things that reinforce toxic parasocialism. Often hosting viewer games with the same people. I consider you all my friends. Ooh. Open DMs and replying to viewers. Oversharing personal experiences or problems. And yes, I do agree that all of these things can contribute to toxic parasocialism, right? You as a streamer do have some responsibility as well. And if people are being parasocial, but you completely feed into it and you're like, yes, we are best friends. Yeah, feel free to DM me. My DMs are completely open. You know, I'd love to talk to you about anything that would lead to parasocial relationships. And he continues, obviously there's no problems or issues if you are down and trying to make friends as a streamer. Just be careful of the expectations you're setting. For viewers, if you want friends, join a Discord community or touch grass. Most streamers aren't comfortable befriending viewers. And the graphic reads, but what if I want to make friends as a streamer or viewer? As a streamer, if you're comfortable with that viewer yourself, then it's completely up to you. Just be aware that if you give them special treatment on stream, you're going to give off the impression to your other viewers that they can befriend you too. You shouldn't watch a stream or join a community with the goal of befriending the streamer. Join because you enjoy their content and to meet like-minded people in the community. Befriending other viewers and community members is completely fine. And ND adds, which is why I recommend you hang out with viewers you want to befriend off stream. This way you can be yourself without the pressure of being watched and other viewers don't get their hopes up. And he continues, it genuinely makes me tear my hair out how so many issues can be avoided by communication. Please just never assume you are a streamer's friend as a viewer. If you genuinely don't know, you can ask. Just know that the streamer doesn't owe you an explanation if the answer is no. And that's what the graphic says too. And he says, and that's it. Thank you for reading through everything. Even though I'm quite harsh in my wording, I do want to express that I understand how blurry the line can get sometimes. Please remember that being friends is a two-way street and that streamers don't owe you anything. I am not invalidating online relationships. I'm mostly talking about streamer-viewer dynamics here. Private 101, I mean off-stream DMs and voice calls. In my opinion, a person's body language and expressions are also part of getting to know them, which you can't do online. And that's very true. Judgment Wing writes, making friends with other streamers have always felt fake to me anyways. Kind of a weird power dynamic when you both are streamers and not one as a viewer. And Andy says, huh? Making friends when you're both streamers, in my opinion, is a lot lot easier compared to a viewer. I do agree that it feels easier for me as a streamer to make friends with other streamers than people who are viewers, just because we can relate better, basically. I think personally, this is a really, really good thread, and I think this thread hashed it out really well. I do think at the end of the day, parasocialism is always going to be something that will be really difficult for people to kind of navigate. It will be hard for viewers to understand. It will also be hard for streamers to kind of enforce those boundaries, especially if you're a small streamer. It is always really, really tough because as a streamer, there's always a pressure. I felt this pressure when I was a small streamer, right? I was like, oh my God, like I want to set my boundaries, but I'm afraid of ostracizing or driving away viewers, especially if you're a streamer who's small, right? Like if you only have 2 viewers and you set boundaries with them, and then one person's like, well, I don't like how I can't, like be friends with you, so I'm going to go and leave. You lost half your viewers. It feels bad. So I do recognize that it's always really difficult, especially if you're a small streamer. But I do want to emphasize that, at least in my experience, your life as a content creator and streamer is a lot better by getting rid of that one weirdo. You don't want that one weirdo there. You really don't. Get rid of them, reinforce the boundaries, and then you will clean up your chat and have a much better community.